Harden and Kawhi Leonard in that one. Kobe Sanders going to put the headset on. Join us up here in the booth. 25 points tonight. What a game. Kobe's got the headset on. You got us?
Yes, sir.
All
yes,
right.
sir. What up, baby?
What's up? Appreciate you hopping on. 25 points, 4 threes for you today, a couple assists, and 4 rebounds. What was your mindset coming into tonight? You knew you were going to play a lot. What did you want to accomplish?
Man, just go out there and prove that I could do it. I think the main mindset was defense. I knew the matchup I had, guarding Steph Curry, it's a tough matchup. So just going into the game knowing my mindset's on the defensive end and just feed off of that.
Kobe, you're somebody who you went to the Portsmouth senior camp. You immediately get called up to the combine. You're at Cal Poly for 4 years, working at 5 a.m. to be able to transfer to Nevada, be third team. What does it mean for you to go out there, play against a guy like Steph, and hold your own for the entire time, 37 minutes tonight?
I think it just shows that it don't matter what level you're at. It don't matter where you come from, that anybody, if you put your mind to it, if you put the work in, could come out here and hoop. I think I'm putting on for all the low majors, all the mid majors out there that, get overlooked. And I think that the main message is the work's going to pay off. So everybody out there, just put the work in and it's going to pay off.
Appreciate you, Kobe. Thanks so much for hopping on. Enjoy this with your teammates. Congrats on the win.
Thank you so much.
Clippers behind 25 from Kobe Sanders come away with a big-time win over the Warriors, 106-103. All right, we'll step aside, and when we return, Adam Osland will take over the wheel and drive you the rest of the way. For Petro Savatu, our statistician, Tanika Burrell, our engineer. We'll see you in about 2 minutes. Carly Menace saying so long from Chase Center. The Clippers finish the preseason 3-1 with a 106-103 victory over Golden State. Have a safe night, everybody.
On the LA Clippers Audio Network. Now, your pre- and post-game host, Adam Osland.
From Cal Poly to Nevada to taking down Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, that would be Kobe Sanders, who led the Clippers with 25 points as they would win 106-103 up north against Golden State in preseason game number 4, the finale, the dress rehearsal, and the Clippers end up going 3-1 in the preseason after a win at Chase Center tonight. Welcome into your post-game show. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up here, we will get to second half highlights, your post-game box score, and more. But first, back over to your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez. Kobe Sanders. Absolutely. I'm already seeing people saying Mamba mentality in here, Carlo. What a performance off the bench. The young rookie showing out in a big spot, and this was not against lesser competition. Steph Curry put in big work in this ball game, 29 minutes. The Clippers were without, I don't know, half their squad at least, and they still were able to get the victory. Very impressive.
A super impressive win for this Clipper team. I mean, the ability to hang on late, like you mentioned, Adam. Steph played in most of that fourth quarter, was out there often. Draymond Green and Yanic were going at it time and time again, and the Clippers held their own. And it was really, really impressive to think about those two guys they drafted who just joined the NBA this year, playing big minutes down the stretch. I mean, remember, a college basketball game is 40 minutes. Kobe Sanders played 37 minutes of basketball straight in a game. I mean, it was super impressive that one. He had even the conditioning to play the entire time out there and then shoot better than 50%. Meanwhile, on the other side, oh my goodness, Yanic Conan Niederhauser. What? Where do they find this guy? I mean, he's unbelievable. He is unbelievable. That dunk over Quentin Post was nasty. I thought he was so aggressive every time he was out there. That was maybe the most impressive part, and you point out early, and it's actually something Adam Ivica Zubac has also said. When asked what has stood out about Yanic, he said his aggressiveness on the offensive end. He said he's very comfortable, very confident, and you mentioned the same thing earlier. His ability to attack the rim, to get downhill. At one point, he took a drive where he took one dribble inside the three-point line and just kind of glided to the rim, almost Derrick Jones Jr.-esque, except this guy's almost 7 feet 1 inch and laid it up at the rim. A little too strong on the layup, but you see the potential. It is off the charts with the way this guy plays, and his athleticism jumps off the page.
Yeah, he has uncanny skill with the handle to take that from the top of the arc. I know he missed the layup against Post there, but I've seen him show off the handle going back to Summer League. It's special for a big man. This is somebody that he's still growing into his game, but you can see glimpses and flashes of what he could be. Very exciting to see that. And, we started off this ball game talking about Bradley Beal and how good he looked overall, considering he hadn't played in a preseason game, hadn't played since the end of last season with the Phoenix Suns. I thought Bradley Beal also looked good, especially because it's just him and Ivica Zubac, your regular starters out there in the starting lineup. Beal finished with 12 points, 6 of 9 shooting, got to the mid-range, also threw some passes that I thought were some really good reads. They didn't end up finishing them, so he won't get the assist, but you could see that rhythm, that timing. I think it's just about there. I'm hoping he'll be ready opening night this coming Wednesday.
Yeah, his ability to score in the mid-range really stood out, and he is a 3-level scorer. It's something that Ty Lewis said is every year you've killed us. I want that same energy every time you're on the floor in a Clipper uniform, and it felt like that's what he had today. He was quick to shoot threes. He was quick to get downhill. Took the right shots every single time. It really is impressive. And I know it goes overlooked because he's been in Phoenix, but his ability to knock down shots time and time again and to be able to get to the right spot and to play within a system that is going to elevate him. James Harden was asked about bringing Brad Beal over and said, I have been in his shoes. I know what it's like. What does that mean? Your leader can now empathize with how Brad has felt in Phoenix and empower him here with the Clippers. Super glad he's on this team and in a Clipper uniform, and he is going to have a very, very impressive year for this group. I mean, this guy who averaged 17 points on 50, almost 40 splits last year. And now he's going to have, Adam, most likely the third best defender on him every single night. He is going to be a reckon on both ends of the floor, and I'd expect him to be super efficient, even more efficient than he was last year.
You mentioned James Harden having a similar path, and he was the recruiter used to bring in Bradley Beal. He knew he could relate to him. He'd be able to reach out and make that connection. Like, this is a team that, if anything we've seen so far in the preseason here, and we don't want to get over our skis too much. You got to pump the brakes. It's still
I am.
preseason basketball. It's just 4 games. But
Kobe Sanders for Rookie of the Year.
hey, why not? This team, if anything, you could see the depth shine. You could see a culture shine as well with the way they played defense after that first half in San Diego against the Lions. They really turned it on there. I mean, I know there were a ton of turnovers in this ball game. The Clippers still forced a lot of those turnovers on the Golden State Warriors, who were without Jimmy Butler, but they had a lot of their main guys playing. So I couldn't be more proud of this squad. Just being able to close out this game when they got their best punch from Golden State. And it wasn't easy. They got to the free throw line. Jason Preston also impressed me by, after missing those 2 free throws, he knocks them down in the biggest moment late. That is not easy. A lot of pressure on him, and he was able to deliver.
A ton of mental fortitude to be able to do that. I think also you got to give a shout out to Jamil Telfort, who came off the bench and really hadn't played significant minutes the entire preseason, hit some huge shots, a great reverse layup, a 3 off the dribble as the Clippers were going 2 for 1 at the end of the third that he knocked down from way downtown. I was talking to Tim Roy, the voice of the Warriors, on the radio, and he was mentioning that when he talked to Telfort's head coach at Northeastern, he said this was somebody who forced his way into the NBA by working harder than anyone else. While you were sleeping, he was running sprints. While you were hanging out with your friends, he was in the gym getting shots up. Those were the words from his head coach at Northeastern, where he set the goal to make the NBA, and he looked like an NBA player tonight.
Well, you boys are sleeping. I'm out here getting busy. One of my favorite viral videos. But I'll also point out, Cam Christie had a really good second half in this ball game. He only played 12 minutes. He had 12 points, knocked down a 3-pointer. He hit the buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter with that little baseline floater. So another guy, he didn't play a ton, but still was kind of one shot hot out there for the Clippers.
Yeah, he was really, really good. Knocked down a big 3. I thought he was aggressive offensively, found his teammates time and time again. And you're right, Adam, didn't play a lot, but when he was in, he looked above his competition. It's almost like when you watch Jordan Miller play late in these games and you're like, that guy's just better than everyone else. Like, he's clearly a step above. That's how it looked for Cam Christie. And this is year 2 for him. Really impressive. I think if I'm Lawrence Frank, my takeaway from preseason is, wow, I'm good at my job. Because he's drafted well. The additions look great. I mean, everything he has done with this front office, and all the credit to Trent Redden and Mark Hughes, but man, they just, like, all of these guys look really, really good. And this team looks really, really good. And like you said, Adam, it's preseason. We can't say that they're going to win a championship right now. Now, well, I can tell you is no team's ever not won a game in preseason and won a championship. So the Clippers, they have not eliminated themselves yet.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance. There's a chance. But this team just, I think you hit on the key aspect here. The culture is there. The culture of defense, the culture of moving the ball. Both first and second units have had moments of the preseason where we say, wow, at the ball movement and fighting for every single possession. And that's what matters at the end of the day, is your culture is going to win you some games when guys are tired, when guys are out, when you need somebody like Kobe Sanders to maybe play in a game in mid-March when you've played 18 games in a single month and you have to rest some of these older guys. There's going to be some of that gymnastics, and the Clippers seem like they have the guys ready to take on those roles.
As our friend Brian Seaman would say, there's this competitive integrity that was intact throughout the preseason and shown out tonight in preseason game number 4 by the Clippers taking down Golden State, who are almost fully healthy outside of Jimmy Butler. Clippers win up in Chase Center 106-103 with the backups thriving down the stretch. Clippers next game coming up to start off the regular season. Game 1 on Wednesday, October 22nd. Clippers will start things off on the road in Utah with your tip time at 6 against the Jazz. We'll have your pregame show starting at 5. Congratulations to the Dodgers. They advanced the World Series, but they don't play game 1 till Friday. So we will be on AM 570 LA Sports on Wednesday for the season opener for your Los Angeles Clippers. Carlo, great calls throughout the preseason. It gets real now. We'll talk to you on Wednesday, my friend.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. The Clippers remember those games early in the season that they felt they should have had. They're going to bring that focus into the start of this season. I can't wait. Let's go.
As Kobe Sanders said, what's up, baby? Be good, Carlo.
Be good, Adam.
Coming up next, you'll hear from Kobe Sanders. Maybe we'll replay the interview. We'll get to your final box score. We'll go through all the highlights. There were many of them in this ball game. Proud of the Clippers, not letting go of the rope. Golden State fought. They were in an uphill battle. They hadn't led since the first quarter. They got it to within one multiple times, and the Clippers hold on to win with the backups against Steph Curry and the Warriors, 106-103 from Chase Center. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers wise beyond their years. The young guys come through. They win 106-103 over Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors in preseason game number 4, the finale. It starts next week. Game 1 is in Utah on Wednesday, October 22nd. Clippers taking on the Jazz. Tip off at 6 Pacific time. We'll have a pregame show starting at 5. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. Let's get to your final box score here. Clippers shot 48% from the field. Golden State 47%. Clippers just 8 of 34 from the outside. Golden State 15 of 46. So what's the difference? Well, the Clippers got up a couple more shots. They also got to the free throw line 10 more times than Golden State. They were in attack mode, and even though the Clippers went just 14 of 21, that's still 6 more makes of the charity stripe than the Golden State Warriors, who finished with 23 turnovers, leading to 29 points for the Clippers, who weren't much better, but yeah, they were. They still had 20 turnovers themselves, leading to 21 points for the Golden State Warriors. 54 points in the paint for the Clippers, 50 for Golden State. Clippers' biggest lead was 12. Golden State's was 4, and the Clippers' bench points. Their bench scoring, 78-46. They outscored the Golden State Warriors by, thanks to Kobe Sanders, leading them with 25 points off the bench. Couldn't be happier for him. 8 of 15 from the field, 4 of 9 from the outside, 5 of 6 from the charity stripe, and Yanic, Conan, Niederhauser, 13 and 11. Plus, I want to say, yes, 2 blocks. Thought it might have been 3, but they gave him 2. We'll take that. 7 offensive rebounds, by the way, for Yanic. Okay, some were on his own misses, but still, he was active, and he had a big throwdown on Quentin Post. He will not forget that one. Jason Preston, I thought struggled at times, but really put his head down, got to the rim late, got fouled, and after missing 2 straight free throws, knocked 2 down to help seal the game for the Clippers. As Golden State had multiple opportunities from distance to tie it, Clippers would eventually close it out 106-103. Let's get back to the starters. Bradley Beal, 15 minutes, his first action as a Clipper. First shot was a left elbow jumper, I believe. Had 12 points, 6 of 9 shooting, was a +5 out there. He looked good. He was moving well. There was a second quarter, I think near the end of the quarter, give and go with Ivica Zubac that was beautifully executed, where Zubac found Bradley Beal cutting to the basket on a nice bounce pass for a layup out there. But Beal, multiple shots in the mid-range, got another easy one to go, was 0 of 3 from the outside. Kobe Brown got the start. Remember, no Kawhi, no James Harden in the starting lineup tonight. Who else was this team missing? They did get 9 minutes from John Collins, but no CP3, no Batum out there. Clippers were down many men. Steph Curry, meanwhile, played 29 minutes for the Golden State Warriors. Had 20 points on 7 of 16 shooting, 4 of 8 from distance. I couldn't believe this Clippers team. Multiple times I was tracking when Steph Curry left the ball game. I'm thinking, this has got to be the end for him, right? He leaves late in the second quarter, make it third quarter. Clippers are up 71-63 when he left the game. I said, okay, there's no way he's playing in the fourth, right? That's it. Steph's done. No, he came back in. Comes back in to start the fourth quarter. They went on a 10-0 run. But again, when he left the game, the Clippers still led 92-86. They were able to keep the Golden State Warriors at bay, even with Steph Curry being out there, even with Pods playing 20 minutes, Draymond Green 22, Al Horford 20, Buddy Hield 23 off the bench, Gary Payton the second 16 minutes, Quentin Post 17, Trace Jackson Davis with 12. Clippers are missing half their squad. They didn't have CP3 or James Harden to set the table. Really, really impressive performance. As good as it gets in a preseason game. We'll put it like that. It's still preseason, but this is exactly what you want to see from the young guys outside the turnovers. But that's going to happen. I told you, keys to the game. Please minimize the turnovers. I knew it was coming because you have all these different lineups out there, guys who haven't played next to one another. Oh, Bogey was back. 14 minutes, had 4 points. Just good to see him out there. Weren't sure of the severity of the injury with the lower back after coming back off the hamstring injury, but the lower back injury occurred early in the first quarter of preseason game number 1. So, crossing our fingers, will everybody be healthy for game 1 in Utah on Wednesday? We'll see what we got from Coach Lou post-game wise. Coming up next, Clippers are victorious. They finished preseason 3-1. They win 106-103 with the young guys coming through late at Chase Center. Golden State can't beat them. Regular season, preseason, they got issues with the Clippers right now. Clippers backups, doesn't matter who's out there. Kobe Sanders with 25, Yanic with 13 and 11, showing out. Cam Christie with 12 points in 12 minutes. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers win 106-103 at Chase Center against the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry, who played 30 minutes, and the Clippers still won. Warriors playing their guys. Clippers missing most of their guys, but maybe there's some new guys. Because Kobe Sanders had 25. Yanic, Conan, Niederhauser had 13 and 11. 7 offensive rebounds. Love seeing it. Let's go through some of the notes I put down from some of the notable players here tonight, starting with Bradley Beal. First shot, jumper on the left elbow. If you didn't know, he loves the mid-range on the left elbow. That's kind of his sweet spot, at least in the mid-range. Another mid-range left elbow jumper after a couple of misses from 3. Beal had a nice bounce pass to Zoo, who missed a floater on the left side early. Then Beal a putback on a done miss from 3. Beal another midi in the second quarter. Then a tough 8-foot push shot floater at the 4:40 mark of the second. And then off of a beautiful give and go, gave it to Ivica Zubac, cut towards the basket. Ivica Zubac found him with a nice bounce pass, slashing to the hoop for Beal to get an easy layup. Pretty. Bradley Beal, 12 points in 15 minutes, 6 of 9 shooting. Looks ready for opening night. Got to play with one of the starters out there tonight. Make it 2. Derek Jones Jr. did play 7 minutes, and I do believe he's going to be in the starting lineup. Next 2, James Harden, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, and Ivica Zubac and DJ. That's who I expect to see out there on opening night. Makes sense. DJ, point of attack defense, you need it. He had an oop from Dunn on a loose ball 4-on-1 early on, Derek Jones Jr. Then a steal on an inbounds pass that led to a layup. Zubac didn't do a ton, but still looked good overall. Left-handed push shot made it 16-10. Ivica Zubac finished with just 2 points. Those were the only 2 in 17 minutes, 3 boards, a couple of assists, a couple of steals. Did have 4 turnovers, but I think they needed him out there for a little bit of stability because Brook Lopez was out of this game. If I didn't mention that earlier, that was the other guy that eluded me that was missing tonight. I mentioned Bogdan Bogdanovic. This isn't funny. It is tragic that he keeps getting hurt. I mean, so he comes back from a hamstring injury from FIBA ball. It wasn't as bad as we thought. Something was lost in translation. Then in the first quarter of game 1 of the preseason in San Diego, Bogey leaves the game early after the first timeout in the first quarter with a lower back injury. And then as soon as he gets into this game after missing the last 2 preseason games, he got like poked in the eye or something on a rebound. You can't catch a break right now. Second quarter, hits a jumper and then a layup. So expecting Bogey to be healthy. Yanic comes in the ball game, and let's go through him and Kobe Sanders and what they did because it was special. They were the 2 best players for the Clippers out there in the second half that helped lead them to this victory. Yanic had multiple putbacks. Those are offensive rebounds, and then finally got one to go after a tip out. And then he had a rebound putback in one motion. But Yanic had a nice feed to Jordan Miller early on. Good perimeter defense on Pods. He tracked him from the 3-point line. Pods tried to take him off the dribble. Yanic wasn't going anywhere. Quick feet for a big man. Did try a 3-pointer, just missed it in and out in the second quarter, I think it was. Again, he only made 1 in college. I think he only took 11 or something, or 14. But all the guys at Penn State swore that he was the best shooter on the team. You can see his shot form. It looks really good. I don't know. We'll see how that develops. Third quarter, right-handed hook from Yanic. Did get called for a tough foul on Draymond Green, who was driving to the basket, got the veteran foul. Yanic then a big block on Gary Payton II, but it went back to Golden State. Then had a block on Kuminga. Yanic hook shot off a Cam Christie feed. Then had a block on the other end, and then a Kobe Sanders 3 to make it 70-60 Clippers. It was a wild sequence. Fourth quarter, Yanic is on an island, top of the arc against Steph Curry, and he couldn't shake him. It looked like Steph against Kevin Love at the end of Game 7 in 2016 at Oracle. He was trying to shake Yanic. Eventually, they blitzed or fired and brought help defense to trap him and get the ball out of Steph's hand. But before that, Yanic was just fine. Then Yanic has the big poster on Quentin Post to make it 94-88 in the fourth. Then went past him, top of the key, like with a sneaky good handle for a big man. I've been talking about it since Summer League. Yanic has great dexterity and skill with the basketball for a big. He missed the layup there, or else that would have been a huge highlight. But it was an in and out dribble from the top of the key. Then he got a right-handed hook shot to go to make it 193. It's the law. That was the last time he scored out there. What about Kobe Sanders? Led them in scoring in this ball game with 25 for the Clippers. Had a 3 at the 120 mark. I think that gave them their first three-pointer. So that was kind of a good omen. They started 0 of 7 from the outside. Kobe Sanders then knocks down a three-pointer. They credited him with 4. I think they took 1 away and called it a long 2, but he was 4 of 9 from the outside overall in the game. Because right afterwards, he had a 3 on the right wing. Then John Collins had a huge block on Quentin Post, who just went through it tonight, to get Sanders in transition for an and one. Has a little bit of quickness when he's going down the right or left alley for layups, I've been noticing. You know, the first 2 games, I thought he was pretty good in the Summer League, and then he kind of regressed, and then I had him running point against Memphis in Game 5 of the Summer League, and he had 9 turnovers and really struggled. But, man, he's looked good here in the preseason overall, but this was his best game. Third quarter, Kobe Sanders, a 3 from straight away. Then a Cam Christie pass to Kobe Sanders. Easy one. Then attack the rim, going for a bucket to get to 18 points. And then an and one at the 8-minute mark. And then free throws down the stretch. Like the guy, I don't know what we were looking at tonight. I've noticed that he has, it's kind of like Paul Pierce. His tempo is very offbeat from everybody else's. It almost looks a little bit awkward. He's somewhat hunched over with the basketball, but it throws off the competition a little bit too. And he did get to the free throw line for 2 big ones that he made to put him up 104-101 with 24 seconds left. Golden State will get a quick bucket from Jackson Davis to make it 104-103. And then Jason Preston, who struggled missing both free throws late, made the 2 biggest free throws afterwards to totally redeem himself. Awesome to see that. I don't know who gets that last 2-way spot, if they're going to give it to Jason Preston, because, and Law Murray talked about this pregame, if you guys want to check that out, just have another ball handler. Or could it go to Jameel Telford? I don't think Sebastian Telford's brother or anything like that, who also looked good. Came in, end of the third quarter, has a floater and a 3 right away. A quick 5 straight points from him. A reverse layup at the 3:45 mark. Preston did have a floater in the third. Patrick Baldwin Jr. struggled again. He didn't do much. Missed a box out that I saw. I don't think anything else of note. Oh, yeah. Steph Curry played 30 minutes for Golden State, and the Clippers still won this game. I'm not saying they own Golden State. I'm not. But I think they beat them 7 straight times, and Golden State hasn't beat them since 2023. And I'm not counting tonight's game as the 8th straight win because it's still preseason. A lot of encouraging things. Zubats picked him up on the perimeter, and Steph Curry hit a 3 in his face, even though it was good defense from Zoo. That bothered me a little bit. Chris Dunn had a tough and one to start the game. Missed the free throw, though. Dunn got in transition a little bit. But this is it. Now we get set for game 1 of the regular season on Wednesday. Tip-off from Utah between the Clippers and Jazz in game 1 of the regular season. 6 p.m. We'll have your pregame show starting here at 5. Before we get out of here, I do want to thank Carlo Jimenez and Daniel West, our producer out here in Burbank. If you miss me, going to be on Fox Sports Radio at 11, from 11 to 2. At Follow Adam A, you can find me there. I'll tweet out some links too. Love you all, Clipper Nation. We'll talk to you on Wednesday when things get real.